Flashback Lucy is a sort of sequel to Flashback Zombie Kids. This is the same, it's a different story, and you don't need to play Zombie Kids to play this, but it's done the same way. Flashback is a game in which you have cards and you look at them, and by looking at these cards, you'll find other cards, and you're looking at different scenes from different perspectives, and you are trying to figure out what happened story-wise. So let's take a look at this one. I'm going to try not to spoil too much. I'm going to show you a little bit of stuff just so you understand how the game works. But you'll be going through a book here. So you start, and you're Lucy Strange, who's 15 years old. It talks about something. She gets a letter. It also gives you some mini cards, and mini cards are going to be placed on here. And I don't want to spoil all the mini cards. Just know that sometimes a mini card will show you half of a symbol. This is a mini card. And you can connect these symbols sometimes to various things here, which will do something. Eventually, you'll go through the vision itself. And the vision itself will show you a big card like this. And so you see this person, they're looking at 9. So you can take card 9, and 9 is looking at 11. So you take card 11, and 11 is looking at 7. But that's where we'll stop for here. But you might have a little question here. So this shows 1 as what happened to the owner of the cap. So you need to figure out what happened to the owner of the cap. And you're going to need to answer these questions at the end of a chapter. And each of the chapters ties together and ends with a pretty big storyline. There's a lot more. There are a bunch of these large cards. There is a ton of the small little cards. There's more stuff in this book. And there's even maybe a few other things. But that's kind of how the game plays. You're just working together, talking through about what you can see, what symbols you can see, what things go where, etc. I gave Flashback Zombie Kids a very high review. I liked it a lot. Flashback Lucy is a game that I think is good. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. But the other one I gave a higher rating, and I want to explain a few of the differences here. First of all, you have to know going into this, Flashback Lucy is a pretty dark story. It says 8+ on here. I honestly don't know if I agree on that age rating. I mean, obviously everyone has different ages for kids, but there's some dark things in this that it's almost teenage, at least in my opinion. But you're going through and doing this story. It's a stronger story than Zombie Kids. But this one is neat. Again, I like the system. The idea of looking at cards, figuring things out, going through. This one also jumps through time. You're going back and seeing Lucy's like great-great-grandparents and then the next generation and so on and so forth, and it tells a cohesive story. So that's very good, and it's neat to find the different cards, and the symbols in this one do a great job. I was disappointed a little bit in this one in that Flashback Lucy doesn't have a way to go back and replay. Flashback Zombie Kids, when you finish the thing, you can go back and kind of replay again with new information and find things you didn't find the first time. That's not as prevalent in this one. But some people are going to like this one better just because it has a stronger story and the main game is probably more cohesive. Like I said, it's good. You are basically, well, you're a witch or maybe you're a witch. I don't know. That sort of thing is going on here. It's interesting. It's definitely a cooperative game where there's a lot of talking going on. So I like that aspect. That's Flashback Lucy.